Hello, my name is Katrina Brittingham. I am a certified professional resume writer and goal designated career coach. I'm here to discuss with you today the steps that you need to take to build your professional brand by mapping out a professional development plan. This is your roadmap to your career and to your life, helping you to identify the steps that you need to take in order to reach your dream career and also to live the life that you want to live. On the career side of things, this plan is a structure for your professional growth and outlines explicitly what you need for your learning and development goals and lets you know exactly where you need to do to get from where you are now to where you want to go. On a personal level, it helps you identify areas of personal growth and change, which of course affects your career. Because if you have chaos going on in your personal life or in your financial situation, it will trickle into your career. It will have a grave impact on your attitude when you go into the job and how you do things. If you're going through financially, you might make some desperate career choices. So you want to have all of those things covered, and a professional development plan will help you with both of those things. You're more likely to get where you're going if you decide where you want to go first and foremost, and then plan for your journey. It's just like when you go on a trip and you're going on a road trip. You first have to figure out where you want to go on a road trip, and then you need to have the directions on where to go on the road. So that's where your GPS in your car or on your smartphone normally comes in. It tells you exactly what steps and what roads you need to take and what exits you need to take to get where you're going. And it's the same thing with a professional development plan. It is your GPS to where you want to go in your career. If you want to be promoted with your current company, most companies have professional development planning. However, you should take a more well rounded approach because you want to encompass both your personal and your professional development. Now, if you've engaged a corporate planning a program in the past, you know that they only prepare you to develop within their organization, which is smart for the organization. If they have a talented individual, having the professional development plan helps them hold on to that talented individual. So it's smart, but they wouldn't be able to help you with long term planning if you want to leave the organization. So if your professional plan is to go somewhere else, then that development plan will not help you. So it's better to have a personal plan that you develop on your own. And the professional development plan that I have for you today, which will be provided in a link within the magazine, will examine what you need to work on in six specific areas of your life. And that is your family life, your spiritual life, your social and relationships, and your social aspects and the relationships in your life, your physical needs, your financial needs, as well as your career. And saying that, I don't want to scare you because the process is not meant to be difficult or lengthy. It is simply a snapshot of where you are now and how you would move forward in your career, in your life, in your spiritual aspects. So you will have a well rounded picture for yourself. But you should revisit your plan regularly, at least once a year. My suggestion is every 2 to 3 months. So that way, if you get off course, you can get back on course. So if you take a detour, you can get back on track right away, as opposed to coming up and reviewing your plan a year later and finding out that you're way off target or way off base to where you want to be. You can, switch gears pretty quickly. That being said, let's get started with your plan. The first thing you want to do is you want to look at where you are. So you want to assess where you are. So if you're going for your career, you want to look at jobs for where you want to go. Look at the minimum requirements under those jobs. Do you have the degree they're looking for, the education, the certifications? Do you have the specific software skills? Do you have the soft skills that they're looking for? And these will help you to determine your minimum needs and what resources you need to get to create your development plan. Once you have assessed yourself, then you can start the development process. So you can see where you are now. So drawing on that assessment, and you look at the work items within your 6 areas to focus on, this will help you to develop your tasks. So they can be short term tasks, they can be long term tasks, they can be a combination of both. My suggestion is that you do have a combination of both short term and long term tasks. Your short term tasks and your short term goals will help you have some gimmies along the way while you're working on your long term tasks. So you'll have some successes that you can pull from while you're working on your long term goals. And so then things won't seem as tedious and far out to get the satisfaction that you need. So the short term goals may be working on building your networking, in person or online. So that is something that you can do pretty much right away, and it will be an accomplishment for you right away in your goals. So that's something that may take um, a month or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how diligent you are with that. Whereas a long term goal would be taking up a degree program or a certification program or completing a degree program, which may take you a matter of 18 months to a year or 4 years or more, depending on what you're taking. So you want to be specific in writing out where you are now. And so, if where you are now is that you need to build better computer skills, what are those skills? Are those skills that you need to take a Microsoft Word course? Do you need to take an Excel course? Do you need to do coding and take a SQL course or HTML course? Those type of things. You want to be specific as possible so you can decide on what resources you need to help you get where you need to go. So, when you're deciding on your resources after you determine where you are now, you want to ask yourself the question, what actions are needed in order for me to meet my goal? This answer will help you to correctly and accurately identify what resources you are need to get from where you currently are to where you want to be in your career and in your personal life. Depending on your goal, there are a wide variety of resources that can help you bridge the gap. For example, if you want to learn a new language, there are several steps you can take. You can do an in person class, you can work with a tutor, you can take an online course, you can use an app, or you can learn by immersion, which means that you go and you visit a country that speaks a foreign language and you immerse yourself in that culture and you live within that culture and speak nothing but that language until you are fluent. The choice is up to you, and it really depends on how well you learn and what works best for you. I have provided you a list in the link that will be provided to you, to let you know what resources are there and to just give you a guideline on the type of resources that are available. And when you're considering the right resources to bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to be, you want to consider how you learn. Do you learn best in a classroom environment? If that's the case, then you need to take a course, a training course, or get with a tutor so they can give you a little more structure. Are you good with self study? If that's the case, you can take an online class and take things at your pace. You can use an app and work on your own. And you want to consider your timeline. Do you have enough time to gain those skills for the job that you want? And will the job posting go away in the time frame that it takes for you to do that? Could you improve your language skills faster if you start today using an online app? Or, do you want to wait for a 6 week course, which may not start until next semester? And you want to consider your budget. Can your finances handle you taking a course and purchasing a course? These things are important and you need to be realistic when you're setting these goals. Sometimes the resource that you have might simply be a time issue and just be a pull on your time. For example, if you want to build your online network or in-person network, you want to spend about 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day on LinkedIn asking and accepting connections. You can do the same thing on Facebook, do have some professional connections, or if you're doing the personal aspect, connecting personally with people on Facebook to build up that part of your plan. It can be in person, and that is setting aside some time for meetup groups and in person, real time connections with your family and friends for the social and relationship aspects. So, the resources that you choose are totally up to you, and it depends on the goals that you are trying to reach at this particular time. So when you have everything and you have the resources and you know what resources you need and what you need to do, you want to set up goals. And so you want to look at, again, where you are now, which is the continuing theme, and also where you need to go to be successful and where you want to be. And so whenever possible, your goals should be SMART goals. SMART goals are things that are specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant for your situation, and they're time bound. You want to quantify your goal in terms of numbers, dollars, percentages. So instead of saying you want to be out of debt by December 31st, 2017, you want to write, I want to pay off my $5,000 credit card debt by December 31st, 2017. Define exactly what you want to accomplish and when. And then you can put in the steps in between for what you need to do to actually accomplish that goal. Your outcome after you have comes next after you have, set all of your goals. And when you're evaluating those goals and the outcome, you may not be able to assign a score right away. I'm going to let you know you're not going to be able to assign a score right away because you just accepted this this goal. You just wrote it up. So there is a criteria that you can use, which is not met, partially met, fully met, and exceeded. I suggest you use these goals when you go back to review your personal plan over time, which is why you need to review your plan on a regular basis. And I suggest, again, 2 to 3 months instead of a year, simply because if you get off track and you find that you haven't met a goal or you partially met a goal, you can go back and you can adjust so you can meet that goal by the end of the year, as opposed to waiting at the end of the year and finding out that you haven't met a goal or you've only partially met it and it's something that you can meet during the year. You want to ask yourself when you're reviewing your goals and evaluating your outcomes, how has this improved your focus area? For example, if you've taken a course, how has it improved your career? If you've taken classes in salsa dancing with your family and friends, how has taking these dancing lessons improved your family relationships or your social relationships? How much of an impact has paying off that $5,000 credit card debt made on your finances? Are you now able to have finances freed up so you can take a course, so you can take that vacation and go live in a country for a month or 2 months and immerse yourself and learn that foreign language that you wanted to learn? Connect up your goals and see what has actually improved so you know where you are. At the bottom of your professional development plan, you need to have a review date. So in order to go back and know what you did, you need to put a date on when you're going to reevaluate where you are now and what your progress is in relation to your goals. Again, I suggest 2 to 3 months as opposed to a year. However, if you do a year, December is a good month because you can look back on the year that is ending and see what you have accomplished, and also look forward and project and forecast for the current year to see, where you want to go and what other goals you need to meet or what other things you need to put in to accomplish your goals that you haven't fully met. So now that you've developed a plan, you want to post it somewhere and you want to look at it often. For example, you can put it on your refrigerator door when you go to get your groceries and everything like that, and your list, the plan will be there for you to review, or you can put it on your poster board or your cork board in your office, your home office, your work office. If you work outside of your home, you can also do like I did. I used to put my goals and things on my mirror in my bedroom. So when I woke up in the morning, I would see it in the morning. And when I would come home in the evening and before I went to bed, I would see those goals and I would look at those goals. And I found that when they were currently in my face, then I accomplished things quicker. So, you just want to make sure that the roadmap that you have developed will show where you want to go and that you can stay on track. That's all that I have right now for developing your personal development plan. However, if you have any questions or concerns about this or any other job related or professional development matter, you can contact me at 888-712-4956, or you can email me at info@ventureready.net, or you can visit my website at www.ventureready.net, and you can set an appointment with me, and I will be happy to assist you. Good luck and have a good new year.